Hey guys, welcome to Tactical Tuesday. I'm excited as always once again to have everyone here. Thanks for joining us. Throw in the comments, put where you're coming from, where you're watching from. I'm missing the days where people were like, oh, we're in Costa Rica right now, or whatever they were, missing those days. But sunny Saskatoon. We're pretty sunny here too, Angie. And I see you're signed up for boot camp, so I was super excited. I hope, haven't seen you guys in a while. So welcome guys. Tonight is all about joint venturing, but we're taking it on a little bit of a different path tonight. We're taking it joint venturing, yes, but joint venturing and the belief that you can do it, you individually as a person. So tonight we are going to interview, we said 7, but we couldn't help but have 9. So we are going to fly through it tonight on Nanaimo sunny too. That's pretty awesome. So from Montreal, hey, welcome guys from Florida. It's awesome, Carissa. Nin's going to be from Houston. She told me today, that they went to the beach yesterday, and yeah, sickening when we have full snow on the ground, but anyways, so welcome guys. So tonight is all about belief. It's about people from all different walks of life, coming from different places. That's, me, and not even a high school graduate, didn't even graduate, but I could, buy over 100 properties. I could joint venture with people. I could get people to invest with me, even though I was 24 years old, had no experience and had no money. So there's that. We have university educated, career, oriented people. We've got people that are engineers to people that are stay-at-home moms. We've got all kinds of different people walking the gamut. And yet joint venturing at one point didn't seem like it was going to be for them, or it seemed like a bit of a pipe dream, perhaps their only option, perhaps their only dream, but a bit of a pipe dream. And yet here they stand, having their lives having been changed by joint venturing. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Hey, I see someone with a peace sign, but I can't see your name, but hey. Chris, welcome everybody. It's awesome. So guys, we're going to roll. We're going to start right away here. We're going to roll through. We're going to start talking to people of how it changes lives. Now, we're not just talking about our lives. Yes. Did it change our lives? Yeah. Buying over 100 properties, being paid to do that along the way, having refinances that we pulled out and different things we were able to do with that money, as well as having a portfolio sitting there still 18 years later. Does that change your life? Yeah. That's why we named our company Investor Life, because it absolutely does change our lives. But it also changes the lives of our investors. So we have investors that have said, if it weren't for you guys, we had money, but it would have been a decent pension. It would have just kept us going. But because of our investments with you guys, it changed our life. It changed what our retirement is. The one guy said, did you ever think that I would be doing yoga in India in my retirement? He's like, no, I can tell you, I never, ever imagined that. It's like, but here we are, and it's because of you guys. So there's so many things that joint venturing can do, not just for us, but for our partners. And we're going to talk to a few people. So we are going to bring on, we got a whole gamut of them. John and Dana, we are going to bring you guys on first. I'm going to add you to stream. You're like, crap, first right now? Okay, just unmute yourself.
Okay. We're first.
We're good. Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you. How's
Thanks
it going?
for having us, Corey Tiff. Oh, it's going well.
Good, thanks.
Busy.
So what are you busy doing?
Sold our home and this new property that we have under contract where we're building it to 12 units. A lot of learning. It's new for us, so busy learning.
Jumping in.
Crazy, right? And sometimes we have to. I remember when we were first starting, I just kept saying to myself, leap and the net will appear. Leap and the net will appear.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yes. Yeah. We don't know everything, but numbers make sense.
Yeah.
Right?
There's opportunities. Go.
Yep. And you have a support behind you. You know that if you can't figure it out, you know someone that can, and that someone's got you.
Yep. That's how we work since day one on our first property when we didn't know. Not everything. Yeah.
So tell me when you first started, and again, tonight is all about inspiration. So when you first started, did you guys have a lot of experience? Were you like from a family of that, had pocket full of money to hand to you, or where are you coming from?
No experience at all in real estate. We like to do DIY at home, but that's about it. And we started off, like our capital for starting off was refinancing our home. So that was our capital using our HELOC. So our first property was a fourplex, underperforming, inherited tenants, needed a lot of work. And we just jumped right in and we applied that BRRRR strategy by, I don't know, is it rent, renovate, sorry, repeat.
Refinance, rent.
Yeah, we did that strategy, did get all of our money back. And that was our first property. Our second property, we're like, okay, we want to go bigger. So what do we do? And we felt a little, we were thinking, okay, apartment buildings, but it just seemed a bit too big. We had just started. So we thought, why don't we partner? So we JV'd as the money partner, but willing to learn as much as we could. So it was also a learning experience because they were kind of coaching us along the way. Everyone, I'm sure people know Jamie and Leslie Collard.
Right. Okay. So that's a beautiful little tidbit for people to take, is that you can joint venture as a money partner in order to learn the process. So joint venturing is not just about you, being a money partner and walking away. You can do what we call a learning joint venture, where you're partnering with someone, but they're teaching you and showing you the way.
Yeah.
So before you were joint venturing, okay, go ahead. Finish your story.
Well, and we didn't even have all of the capital technically, but we were willing to do whatever it takes. So we even got a bit more share because we do some working partner duties wherever we can in that deal. Mm-hmm. So you can structure things different ways to make it work.
Yeah, we get our hands dirty. We help out whenever we can. Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm.
So you were willing to go in there, you were willing to, talk to people, but you were also like coming in as a money partner, but you were also saying, hey, I want to learn. So before you joint ventured, before you actually did that, where do you think you guys were mentally, emotionally about the whole real estate game? Did it seem like it was a crazy prospect? Did it seem like it was something that could happen?
I think because we were so connected with like-minded people and we were gravitating to people where that's what we want to do. It didn't seem so scary because we knew we had people to turn to if we felt stuck. But I always just wondered, like, once we had those two properties, we were done with our capital and we felt stuck. We're like, okay, what do we do next? Like, now we need, like, where do we get the money from? And which is why we joined, Ignited, because it was like, well, the only way we're going to grow is by partnering. And no, let's focus now of us being the working partner. And so we joined Ignited, learn the skills, and then just through that, and I think sharing what we do, people kind of ask, like, we want to get in on that. And then so we became working partners on our third property, but it was a learning experience for those investors as well. Like, we were doing the same thing, just teaching them along the way because they had no experience whatsoever.
It's kind of like opposite.
But they were scared. It was the complete opposite. Yeah.
The opposite. What happened?
The opposite what happened. They also they didn't have all the capital, so we actually also had to raise some private money for the renovation piece as well. Yeah.
It's amazing how the tables can turn pretty quickly. So you guys have been doing like rocking and rolling. You guys have lots of stuff going on. You have projects you take on. Do you take on private money as well, or just joint venture partners?
Yeah, we do. We've been raising private money for some other renovation aspects of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so amazing. So someone just said, ha, I finally get the Dijon name, LOL, because they see your name on the screen. It took me
yes.
It took me a while too.
Yeah, we're not
so
mustard.
You guys, what's the best part, right? What's the best part about joint venturing? We got to move on. I'm sorry. I want to have you guys on all of you forever.
It's that we can help each other to achieve our goals.
Yeah, it's the partnership.
Yeah, right? Like,
relationship.
Yeah, we're building our portfolio, and then we're helping others achieve their goals.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win. And then just the collaboration, I don't know, there's something powerful of just working with the right people and the connection, and it's the teamwork. And you need to have that connection, like the energy, the vibe, the trust, the honesty. You know, we won't work with anybody. Like, it's got to be the right fit for sure. It's not just about who has money. It really is a relationship. Yeah.
It's awesome. And I love how you said that to me in the comments. I threw a thing into Fearless this morning, early this morning, and just said, like, what's your favorite part of joint venturing? Because I was thinking, like, you know, it's so, for me, it's so fulfilling. And that was your answer, was the collaboration and just that teamwork that comes into play. And you're no longer alone. You're not doing this on your own. You're now within a community and have this circle of trust. So yeah, I love it. It's about helping each other. I wish I could keep you. We're going to have you guys back on because we need to know what you guys are up to. But how do we reach you if we want to find you? Facebook?
Pardon? Yes, Facebook. Diane Job Ted. Yes, we're there.
Awesome. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Quickly that flew, but yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, keep rolling, keep finding those partners and doing what you're doing. You're doing awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, talk to you soon. There we go. Okay, we're gonna keep rolling because guys, we got not 8 more people for you to meet. So Marie, we've got Marie Sept. Sweet Marie, if you want to just unmute yourself there.
Hi, Tiff.
There we go. I'm good. I'm so excited you're here. You, to me, are the epitome of inspiration in saying, I'm just going to do this. I'm not really sure what it all is, but I like it. I understand it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So tell us about where you were before you heard about joint venturing and about investing, period.
Oh, I'm going to go a bit further back than Dijon did. Yeah, I wanted to get into real estate when I was in my 20s, and I'm a little past that. I found that I was just way too fearful about having debt. And I lived in Calgary. I was looking at houses and I would just walk away and not get anything done. And then years later, living in Vancouver and looking at properties again, and I'd go to I owned my primary residence, but I'd go to the bank and talk to them. Being self-employed, they would not. I couldn't get anywhere. It was just, then I didn't have as much fear, but I couldn't move forward at all. And I wasn't sure how to move forward. I wasn't sure how to get through that stumbling block.
Okay, so that was then. Now where are you at now? How's that stumbling block going?
Oh, it's in the rearview mirror. Yeah, so October 2019, I did boot camp. I've done boot camp several times and then joined Ignited. I'm a member of the Ignited OGs. Since then, I'm an OOG. Since then, I've done a lot of private lending, borrowing, and lending. As well, I, together with partners, have 3 properties, each using a different strategy. One was rent to own, one was AFS, and a BRRRR. The rent to own was a learning agreement. It was with Donna Cook. And so it was great to learn that strategy from someone who's done it a lot and knows the ins and outs. And I got going. I was a money partner in that one, and I was able to do it because I heard about, building your team. I went and got an investment-focused mortgage broker who looked at all my stuff, put it together the proper way, and went and talked to the bank on my behalf, and we moved forward. Same numbers, just a different strategy, and the bank said yes.
Unreal, hey? Unreal. Yeah. What the power of having the right connections and the right team can do. So so one of your partners is watching this tonight from your reno site. She says, I'm at our reno site right now. So Karina, you've joint ventured with her.
So Karina,
and you're doing a birth?
Yeah. We're converting a duplex to a 4-plex in Camrose.
Amazing. So how has joint venturing changed your life, Marie? And the reason why I want to talk about this is because we've had people messaging us because we have camp coming up, people have been saying, I love the idea of it. I just don't think I could ever do it. And I want people to see that people from all walks of life can do this and have done it, even though they didn't necessarily believe they could. But how has it changed your life, Marie?
I think, initially when I thought about this, I always envisioned doing it by myself, and you aren't doing it by yourself. You have this huge community of people who are supporting you, cheering you on, but also such a wealth of information that you can, grasp. It's totally changed my life. My future is different. My partner's futures are different. Retirement is going to look completely different than it was three years ago.
And that's coming from someone who already had a successful business going, but it's still amped up a whole ton. So what's your favorite part of joint venturing, real quick?
Learning from each other, working with each other. We all have different skills. I think together we're stronger, bottom line. And we can each help each other better our lives.
Right? Yeah, I love it. Help each other better our lives. Together we're stronger. We're going to have to write down all of these little nuggets. So thank you, Marie. We find you on Facebook, right? That's your name on Facebook?
That's my name on Facebook. And I have 2 business names, Living Well Investment Properties and House Fixers.
Perfect. Love them both. Awesome. Kay, thanks for joining us. Thanks for inspiring us every time we see you. And we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Tiff.
Okay, see ya. So good. This was from someone who wanted to invest, but for 20 years, 30 years, and just didn't have the guts to do it. And then now she is just rolling. So we have got Mike and Julie. We're rolling, guys, because we got lots to hit here. Hey.
Hi. Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I have to say to everyone watching on Fearless that I threw this on everyone last minute. I was like, that's it. That's what we're doing for Tuesday training. Who's going to come on and help me? So thank you guys for saying yes. It's awesome. So tell us, where were you before you heard of joint venturing and raising capital from other people? What were your prospects in real estate like?
Well, I guess Mike and I started with our own personal properties. We were borrowing capital off of our home to do renovations within our own homes. And then we joined Keyspire about 6 years ago, and we went strong for about a year, got a couple buy and holds, and we were doing private lending. We incorporated, and then boom, we ran out of capital, and we had heard about this thing called JVing, but we just didn't know how to do it. So we sat idle for about 4 years, and we didn't investigate too much, but then we found Corey and Tiffany.
We stumbled onto the boot camp.
We said, we got to do this, because if we don't do this, we'll never know how to do it properly. And we're risk takers, but we like calculated risk. And you know what? We have to invest in ourselves and in our education. And we never look back. Joining this boot camp and has changed our world from a real estate perspective. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you guys are like movers and shakers now. It's like we got to keep up with you. So tell us how, what changes that made in your life, investing wise, mentally, all that, and what is your favorite part of joint venturing? Because you've joint ventured now both as money partners and as working partners.
That's right. What's really cool about, I'm going to answer your second question first, because for me, you know what, Mike and I both work for the federal government, and our partners are federal government workers. And, it gets really hectic and busy, and we all have kids, and we're busy. We're busy in the 9-to-5 life. And partnering is so wonderful, because yes, we're each of the partners are addressing gaps, strengths that we don't have. Everybody's got strengths and weaknesses. And so the partners really go complement where you necessarily don't have the knowledge or the expertise. And you know what? It's really been great, because we've been half and half working in money partners in our deals, and it's worked out really well because we are learning as we're going as well. And there's no better way than to be 1 foot in one door and 1 foot in the other. So to be learning, right? So
yeah, you get both sides of it.
Yeah, a bit like Deanna and John, you just throw it in you jump and you hope, you know that the net's going to be there. And the net really is this network that we found through Corey and Tiffany and any, we did join another network as well because we wanted to learn about multifamilies. And it's important just to reach out to like-minded people and ask the experts what they're doing. And it really does. And then just copy what the systems that they're using. It works for them. Why wouldn't it work for you, right? So it's really reassuring.
Yeah, and like, why recreate the wheel, right? If someone else has already done what you're wanting to do, just copy what they're doing, and yeah.
Exactly.
So, and Mike, what about you? What has it done for you guys, like both mentally, personally, and in your portfolio, to have the option of joint venturing and the possibilities that it presents?
Well, it just opens up a whole bunch of new opportunities. And we went in, we knew the first deal we did, we knew we could do it on our own, but we actually put it out there that we'd like to possibly JV with it. And with the networking that we had done previously exposed us to people that one person just came up and said, let's JV. I'm interested.
And when that happened, I said to Mike, oh, Tiffany was right. It's all about, it just happens. Yeah.
It does. And I wish we could predict when it was going to happen. I wish we could say, in month 16 or in month 23, but we can't. But it does happen for those that stay the course. And I love that you guys say, like, your journey is 6 years long. You kind of went really well for a while and you got some momentum. And then we hit sometimes a wall. That might be a mental block. It might be financial block, might be a financing block. But we hit a wall and then you reignite. Hey, you reignited, literally. You got ignited. And then you go again. But sometimes you need that reigniting and that circle around you to push. So I love your story. I love how you guys are always willing to share and help other people around you. What is your favorite part of joint venturing?
Well, I mean, maybe I'll go first. For me, it really is linked to our why. And, it's about making dreams happen. It's about making our goals happen, but not just our goals. It's creating I like to call it the win-win-win scenario, right? Because we often forget that we're creating some beautiful homes. Like one of our projects, we took a home that was just destroyed. It was on its last leg, and we revived it. So we improved, the quality of the homes in the neighborhood. We created these beautiful homes for our students to live in. We benefited in reaching our why in creating that generational wealth in learning and teaching others and helping others, and our partners as well, right? So so there's so many benefits to this, and our friends are watching and they're like, hey, we want in on this too. You guys are they've been watching, and they see that we're doing it slow, calculated, and we're doing it smart.
That's what we talk about in boot camp, right? Is that people have to see, they have to know what you're doing, but sometimes that's an uncomfortable, thing to do, but they have to see it in your life. And you guys did a great job of having that balance between just sneak peeks and planting those seeds without being overbearing and fire hosing. So Mike and Julie are the Ottawa ROI guys. That's their buzz name that we go by. Anyways, they go by. So I just love watching you guys and seeing you. Any questions? I have one here. What is the starting point of your success? Ignited group, he says.
Well, yes.
So what was the starting point of your success?
Well, I think I think
it's putting ourselves out there, letting people know what we do is what really got us noticed and just started conversations. And, and had we not joined this group and not given the courage to go out and do that, I think we would have still been stuck behind the fence waiting to see what we could do next.
For sure. And it's this network. It's not just, we learned so much more than just JVing through this program, because we have established some wonderful friendships all across Canada. And before this program, we knew no one in the real estate world outside of our little Ottawa network that connected maybe once every 3 months, right? So
really?
this network has really, I can't wait to travel out west, and I've already met Sean and Trevor out east, and I was there for business, and we had dinner, we talked real estate, it's wonderful. And it really, the secret to the success really is about putting yourself out there, like Mike said, and sharing, like not being afraid to rely on the wisdom of others, and also being there for others whenever they need the support, right? So that's really it. And you know what, guys? What's the secret after that? That is take action. Take action. We gotta just, take that leap, because if you do things as the system says to do things, then you're gonna be successful.
Yeah, and that's what we always say. It's like, just trust the system, please. Like, we know it works. We really do. Just trust the system. And you guys are awesome proof that it does work. So thank you for following the system, and thank you for being who you are and how you are, and for joining us last minute today. That's amazing. So we just love you guys. Love having you as our Igniteds. I can't picture us without you. So
feelings mutual. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. It's awesome.
Awesome. Well, thanks for inspiring others. We're going to move on to some more inspiration. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Okay. See ya. All right. I feel weird, like blanking you out, being like, bye. And then next person up. Okay. Ray and Joe. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey Tiff, how you doing?
Good. How's it going?
We're doing great.
You guys both always have different hair every time, or something different. Glasses, no glasses, curly, straight, beard, no beard, hat, no hat, something.
I literally just had it back. I was like, I suppose I should try to.
We like to switch it up, right? We like to keep it fresh all the time.
You're hilarious. Okay,
right? Joe
guys.
gets a new boyfriend every other week.
I missed that, but I liked her reaction. Say it again.
Pay no attention, Tiff. No, don't worry. Just it's his humor.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay, good. All right, moving on. So guys, joint venturing. You love joint venturing?
Do we ever? Ever? Yes. Yeah, we love joint venturing. There's no doubt about it. It's huge for us. It's like the cornerstone of our game. It's like what we're all about. There's no doubt about it.
Okay. How come you love it?
It opened doors for us when we didn't think there was anywhere to go. And, just like so many, we had one duplex that we so nervous about taking that first step. And we had our little nest egg, and we bought our first investment property, and we were super proud of ourselves. And then we were totally stuck and totally frozen and spinning our wheels and working our tails off, but not sure if we were doing the right thing. And it was those conversations with you and Corey that we've talked to you guys about so many times, but you guys opened our eyes to what was possible. And it was, why don't you actually joint venture that property that you already have, open some doors for yourself? And we haven't looked back since.
Yeah, that's amazing. You guys have done so well. And you've taken that theory of joint venturing, where we bring partners together and it's like you complement what each other has. You've taken that and you've really flown with it. So from where you were, where you had, done a little bit of investing and you were starting to feel stuck, to where you are now, what's the update?
Well, the latest and greatest is we're about to close on our latest multi-unit property. So it's 2 12-plexes, and it's out in Gananoque, Ontario. And we're super excited. Today we put up a post that, it's so surreal to say it, but it's crazy to think of. But like we, you know, when you focus on your goals and you really, really hone in on what it is that you want and how you're going about doing it, and then you get the right people around you and you get the right training, and then you start to get some traction, it's amazing what can happen. Today we posted that we've raised $2 million this year alone on 2 buildings to be able to acquire those. Like, who are we? We're like,
Right?
If you had told me like 6 months ago you'd be doing this, I would have said, no, that's not going to happen. There's no way we can accomplish that. But it truly is amazing what you can do when you put your mind to it and you surround yourself with the right people.
Yeah. I remember you were like, I don't know. Yeah. You were like, yes, like it's yes, you can. So yeah, it's amazing how lives can change. So tell us a little bit about how that's changed your life.
I think for us, Ray and I, we were both career people. You know, I'm still technically there, but and we had the plan, which was, you do the RSPs. We've got 2 little kids. I go like this because they're upstairs on an iPad right now, but and we sock away for their school and their university, and we had the plan that everybody had. And we've seen personal struggles in my family with finances, and we wanted something different, but we didn't know how to get there. And now, after all of the training we've done with you guys, with all of the other folks that we surround ourselves with, that we've met and networked with and have become friends, like Julie was saying, we have this huge network of friends now across the country who believe in the same thing and who want the same thing and who support each other. Now our future is just, there's still scary stuff. And I think Ray and I are always very open about that.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
There's still leaps that you have to take, leaps of faith, but our future is brighter than I think we've ever thought it could be.
I'll say, like, before it felt almost predetermined, because it was like, great, work your corporate jobs, save enough for retirement, get the kids into university, and then maybe downsize. That seemed very predetermined, where now it's sky's the limit. Like, we create our future. We will carve out whatever path we want to. We'll create the avenue, the roads, the highways.
Which again is crazy.
It's amazing.
Like, who does that?
Yeah, it's
right?
It's mind blowing to think like that. So yeah, it's exciting.
You hear, oh, you can do it. Like, if you can dream it, you can do it. But you're like, yeah, whatever. Like, let's be real here.
Yeah.
But you guys are proof that if you can dream it, you can do it. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of sometimes scary stuff. But you can do it. You have done it. You are doing it. What's your favorite part of doing it, of joint venturing, of using other people's money, whether that's raising capital with private funds, RSPs, or joint venturing with others? What is your favorite part of the OPM strategy in general?
Oof. Geez, there's a lot there. Like, there's so many things. And you know how addicted to closing I am. Like, I just love closing on properties. So that could be part of it. But the real deal, and, Mike and Julie, they said it, and Julie did such a nice job. It's the triple win strategy. It's being able to go ahead and work with individuals that want to be able to grow their property, invest their money, see returns, right? Be able to improve their futures for whatever those reasons may be. Yeah. And then we're going in and we're improving the quality of these properties and improving the quality of the tenants' lives. And that's a big payoff for us. And then at the end of the day, we're generally getting another property into the portfolio that's helping us reach our goals.
And our kids.
And then down the road, it'll benefit our children and so on and so forth. So it's just so multifaceted. It's not just one impact for one individual. We're touching so many lives out there. And then when you think about, like, honestly, Tiff, that's just like the 3 parties there. When I think about, like, our contractors, right? You're paying them, they're going home, they're
part of
feeding
the
their
team.
Families, right? Our paychecks are going right to their grocery stores and everything else, gas in the tank, food on the table, heat, roofs, everything like that. When you think about that kind of impact that you can have, it's tremendous. It truly is.
It is.
I think I'll just add to that. I think the other thing, the biggest change that I know I've had has been at the beginning, before we started with you guys, before we started with Ignited, it was very much like a feeling of
grasping at straws.
And like that we didn't deserve it, or like there was no way who would give us money to do something like that, right? Like, and then through the education and the training, you learn about how, the value that you have to offer as a working partner. And also as someone who's putting forward private lending opportunities for people who can make a return on their money passively, so you're giving as opposed to taking. And that twist in the mindset was really important, I think, for me, for sure.
That was life-changing for me. And I remember the moment that it happened. And I was talking to a lady, and I remember the moment when I realized she needed me more than I needed her. I was the one looking for money, but I was going to do it regardless. I was going to buy that property. She was the one who didn't have the opportunity. And I remember specifically that shift and how empowered I felt, but not in a prideful way, in a way that, holy smokes, I can help her.
Yes.
I can be her catalyst. I'm now a vehicle that she needs me. And I love helping people. So for me, that was life-changing. And as you guys know, I'm always preaching it because it was so life-changing for me. It's absolutely paramount. So
totally agree.
Yeah. I was just going to say any questions, but I don't think everyone's just saying, yeah, you guys, yeah, So thank you guys for coming on today. Again, last minute. People know how to find you. You've got this $2 million that you've raised in this year alone, which is insane for private funds for your apartment buildings. Do you have anything else going on right now?
We got a couple things cooking, some small stuff now. We're just going to go like really, really small. So,
like normal people?
Yeah,
okay.
we go bigger, we go home. That's I guess that's a little bit about us. No, right now we're just going to focus on projects right now, Tiff. We got some great projects. We're going to work hard, get them up, going and into a good phase, and then we'll kind of look at more opportunities. But yeah, we've got some eyes on some bigger stuff this year. That's for sure.
Awesome. So we know where to find you, Ray and Joe, BV & Co. You guys are always marketing, which is awesome. Thanks for joining us. You'll be with us on Saturday for boot camp.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Woo-woo. So, thanks, guys. Thanks for your time. And we will see you on Saturday.
Okay. Bye.
Bye now.
All right. So, guys, boot camp is Saturday. If you want to learn how to joint venture, I am unabashedly and unapologetically telling you should join boot camp. It's $37 until tonight at midnight Eastern time? Eastern time, let's say. It's $37 for boot camp. So we go through the first 4 steps of your joint venture journey, and every single person on here started with boot camp and they've taken it and flown. Don't get me wrong, it's not something that we can hand out a magic wand. We give the information, and as you can see, it's these guys who take it and make it actually happen and change their lives, change their partners' lives. And I don't know if you can feel it, but the vibe of positive energy from each and every single one of them is, to me, it's just absolutely contagious. So thanks, guys, everyone. And we got more. Let's see who we got now. We've got Amy. Hey.
Hi, Tiff.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Really enjoying all the stories and feeling like maybe I'm underachieving, the underachiever in the group a little bit. Because everyone's I'm just blown away by everyone's stories.
But
It's
do you
amazing.
see how we are to ourselves? Like, Amy, I was just going to say, you're rocking and rolling. I don't even know what you're doing right now, but I know you've got a lot going on with your flips and buying a bunch of stuff for them. So
I'm working on a couple of flips right now. Both of them are with partners. As well, I have I have partners, but we've yet to find a property because the Edmonton market is insane right now. So looking for some rentals, either BRRRRs or buy and holds in Edmonton. So that's what I'm working on. Yeah, it's really hot right now. It's great, but it's also, as a buyer, a little frustrating sometimes, but we'll find one.
And we're not used to that anymore in Edmonton. We were used to that 10 years ago, but now we've been, it's been such a buyer's market that we're not used to having to fight for anything anymore. So.
Yeah. I'm like, what? I can't just bid $1,000 over list and get it? Like, what's going on? Yeah, or something. So yeah, it's a little crazy right now. Yeah.
So you were already doing flips when we met you. And so you were already, rolling along doing like at a great pace anyways. What changed for you when you started learning about the concept of raising other people's money to fund these flips instead of your own?
Yeah. So we were flipping for a while and had always heard kind of in the background of people, raising money and finding partners. And it always seemed really unachievable to us because it just seemed like how do you do it? And everyone would say, oh, it's super easy. And that was that, right? So I joined the boot camp last summer, I guess it is now. and loved the content, and then joined Ignited after. And for me, the biggest thing was the mind shift, right? Because we were so used to working on our own that, number one, I couldn't see the value I was bringing to other people. And number two, I couldn't get into my partner's mind in terms of, well, why would someone want to do this with me, right? Like, why wouldn't they just do it on their own? And I couldn't quite wrap my head around that. And so that was the biggest thing with Ignited, because, and of course, all the tools and all that was wonderful as well, but definitely it was the mindset and the change in mindset. Yeah.
Awesome. So now when you're partnering with people, what is that doing for your mindset? What is that doing for your view of your future and possibilities? What's joint venturing opened up for you?
Yeah. So we'd always worked on our own. So it's always, we got 100% of the grape, which is great, but it was a grape. And now, we're getting half of the watermelon. And it's really great because before we thought we were just limited to, one, maybe two projects, or one or maybe two rentals a year. And now it's opened it up to, really unlimited, depending on how hard I work and, how much value I can bring to somebody else. But it's definitely opened up a lot more possibilities than what I thought we had before.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love how you say it's opened up what the value that you can bring to others. That's what it's dependent on, because that's what it is when we're partnering with someone, we're not just taking their money, we're adding value back. We are providing something. You're providing major expertise and experience in doing what you do for them and making their money grow. So, but it really does come down to that, again, being a good human and actually offering them something.
Yeah. And I think that people who've been in real estate for a while take it for granted that what we know is just kind of common sense, or, something that everyone kind of intuits, right? But once you've talked to a few people, you start to realize, it's not just common sense. It's a lot of it is experience and taking courses and just learning, right? So being able to kind of step back and see that that's the value you have, versus just thinking like, oh, well, I'm not really doing anything special. Like, why would someone want to partner with me? And realizing that is something special that you can offer. So that for me was definitely like realizing basically what I was bringing to the table and being able to articulate it was really great.
Right? Yeah. Clear, concise, simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's the best part of joint venturing for you? What's your favorite part?
I think it's helping each other, right? Like, so them removing a hurdle for me and me removing a hurdle for them, and then working towards our common goal together. That's the funnest part, right? Is someone who says, I don't know how to do this. And it's like, oh, well, I can help you. Like, let me help you. Let me show you the way. And that's really satisfying.
I love it. Removing a hurdle. I'm going to have to go through this and find all these nuggets from everything that you guys are saying as your favorite parts of joint venturing, because it's true. All of it is true. So, awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. Keep on rocking, Edmonton. There's comments. I can't catch all the comments, but Amy's killing it in Edmonton, and Amy's all over Edmonton right now. And so that's awesome. I'm sure you're still looking for lenders and joint venture partners. So if anyone is looking for, that in Edmonton, reach out to Amy. She's on Facebook. Last name is, how do I spell it? Because on Facebook, you're Amy
Belliveau, Belliveau. Okay. Like the hockey player, hockey player, but with one more L.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
So that's how they can find you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for rolling, because you're doing awesome. And thanks for going in with the right intention of helping other people. That's what it's about, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Cheers. Bye. All right. Woo. Okay. Michelle, I said today, who's feeling gutsy and wants to come on a Tuesday training last minute? And Michelle says, I'm feeling gutsy. Oh, are you there with me?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Awesome. So
Yes,
what's going
yes.
on? What's,
Can you hear me?
what's joint venture? Hey?
I can't hear you.
No way, really? Can you hear me now? I feel like I should jump on the top of a mountain.
I can hear you now. Well, I could. Can you hear? Because I could just tell you, like, I had no idea that joint venturing existed before meeting you, and so can you hear me? Terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Taught me about joint venturing when I entered my first seminar in 2017. And I got to thank you for that, because Rob and I looked at each other and were like, oh my gosh, that's exactly how we're going to have to do it. Because we were both self-employed, didn't really have like a lot of money on our T4s. I had a house, but what brought me there was figuring out what's next. Because also I have to admit, I got accidentally Lord. I had no idea this path until it happened. So yeah, I think it's awesome. And I've also learned that like I really want to create wealth through real estate and help others create wealth through real estate as well too. And even with my tenants as well, like I right place with the right tenant. So I think that's what I'm looking forward to most when I join venture, because I haven't done it yet. So remember I told you?
But you're well on your way.
Oh.
And you know what, Michelle, we are having trouble hearing you and seeing you. You're freezing
I'm
up
going.
quite a bit. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you for joining us. And we need to keep on watching your journey, because we know you're going to do big things. Okay, we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.
Bye. Aw, that's too bad, because Michelle has like such gumption about her. She's lots of fun. Okay, Joan and Gord, our favorite lives people. There we go.
I wouldn't go that far, Tiff.
What's that?
I said I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, well, I would. So, okay, guys, before you learned about all this other strategies and all these creative things that you can be doing, where were you at?
We were mostly worrying about what we had and what we could provide for ourselves. We weren't really thinking that we could joint venture, or that was the route that we could take or should take. We thought, let's do it all on our own, what we could do.
Yeah. Like everybody else, you'll hit that wall eventually and realize that you can't do it all on your own.
Yeah. So now when you guys took boot camp, Gord, would it be accurate to say that you were a bit shy?
That's a bit of an understatement, yes.
And would it be accurate to say that you guys are all over the place now?
I would say we're definitely a little bit more comfortable being live and telling our story and talking to people and enjoy conversations with people.
Just trying to help people that are like-minded that want to get going.
And that's exactly why you guys are being successful. So let's talk about where you were at and where you're at now, both mentally, in the game of real estate, and what you thought possible, and how your life has changed and your future has changed because of it.
Well, I would say we definitely weren't on Facebook. Gordy didn't even exist on Facebook prior to joining Ignited. And I wasn't much on as far as posting anything, especially our real estate. I didn't think that anyone would care about little old us.
Yeah.
And that we didn't really have, we didn't have much to contribute, I guess. But since being on Ignited, we have definitely come out of our shells. We have learned so much even about ourselves. And it isn't always about having 10 properties or anything else, but it's about just being able to get out, even planting the seeds, talking to people. We never would have done that before joining Ignited. And even me talking to people at work now, those seeds I planted last year when we started Ignited are, there's some green shoots coming and people are asking questions, and it's kind of cool.
Right?
And even if we can just help them and show them how we've done it, not necessarily even that we buying properties together, but even if we can just help people, I think that's one of our bigger goals.
And in that, because you've come at it from the right place, in that you guys have also changed your own lives and your kids' lives. So how has that changed for you in the last couple of years?
Well, again, like the other Ignited members have said too, it's a complete mind shift. So once you get your brain thinking differently, it can truly open doors that you thought were never there. So.
Awesome. Yeah. And I know you guys have, been able to not only plan for your retirement, but even change your working situation now to being, much less stressful than it was, and be in a position of empowerment in your finances rather than, at the mercy of your finances.
Well, I just go back to before even joining Ignited, Gordy got packaged out from oil and gas like 3.5 years ago. And at that day it was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Like, we literally had the realtor come in to look at our house, and we all know what the Alberta market was like 3 years ago. It was not looking pretty. Luckily, we had already started in real estate, just small. We didn't think we had much. But man, that takes a bit of the umph out of you and to try to really figure out where are we going, what are we doing from here. But almost 4 years or 3.5 years later, and we're doing great.
It's amazing. And you're shining. You know what I mean? You're shining, both of you, and it's awesome to see. So tonight is all about inspiration. I always said, if I can do it, guys, you can do it. And to me, you guys are such a great example of that, because you were so underconfident in what you had to offer. And now you're out there, you know your value, you know your worth. And if you go for something, what do you guys got going on? We'll just close up real quick here. What do you guys have going on? You guys got some projects happening. You're accepting private money. What are you doing?
Well, I just wanted to say too, Tiff, even tonight, when you messaged everyone and I said, I was trying to encourage other Ignited members, I wasn't even thinking, and I even said to Gordy, I almost said we don't even have any joint ventures. And then I was like, oh, wait a second.
We've got a few, actually.
We do have a few, and we're starting this development project with 6 lots we're going to start building on in BC, and that's with a joint venture partner that, it's a great partnership. We all are on the same page, and it's going up from here. That's all I can say, right? Like,
it's building your network too, like getting to know people that you know and trust, and things really open up when you do that kind of stuff.
Right? It really does. And you guys are proof of it. So thanks for being you, because you guys rock and you have so much to offer, and you're getting it back, which is the beautiful part of it. Because I do believe that what goes around comes around, and you're getting it back. You guys are into an awesome little town that's booming, that is hard to get into, and you're there already. So yeah, take it, right?
And I'll also just say one little point about just learning different things from you guys through Ignited and even Fearless. These sessions are great, but the planting of the seeds, like I messaged somebody but commented on a Facebook page, and I got them help to get into their own property that they never thought they could ever get into, but just being that resource for them to introduce them to the proper mortgage brokers, and we've helped them.
Right? You helped other people. That's half the fun of it, and then the other half is, of course, helping ourselves. So
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're you guys coming to boot camp on Saturday?
We'll be there.
Sweet. All right, we'll see you then. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks very much. Bye.
So cute. All right, we got 2 more people. Mel, I said, Mel, we cannot not have Mel. We have to have Mel, but we're going to have to, motor. But we got Sarah here. Add to stream. There we go. Ah, you're up, girl. Oh, just wait. You're muted. You're muted.
Hang on. I said you
There we go.
were supposed to leave me till last.
Melanie ended up being last. We tricked you. We broke our promise.
Okay, well, it's time for Ignited now, so I'm going to go anyway.
Yeah, right? I know. We're like 4 minutes away.
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah, you're off taking a breather, which is amazing. But what has joint venturing done for you? Because I've seen massive growth in you two, and it's so inspiring to me.
For us, it's my hubby. I left him at home to work, so he's not with me on this little retreat.
Good job.
For us, I think it was just taking away our fear. Yeah, because it makes us accountable. So we have to learn. We have to, yeah. So we have to be accountable to whoever we're joint venturing with. Yeah.
And I loved when you said that today in the comments there. That's what inspired me to change everything today for tonight's training and just say, no, we're just going to talk to people tonight, because so many good comments came out of that post. And you said we have to be accountable to people to do a better job with their money.
Yeah.
And that makes you up your game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
because plenty of times that you just want to give up on your own. It's like, it's not worth the effort because it's not easy. It's never easy to do real estate, or, you know, like there's ups obviously, but then there's downs too, where you're just going to say, forget it. Like, I can't be doing this. But when you're responsible for somebody else, you know, it's their money too. It's their partnership too. Then you've got to say, the hell with it. I got to do this. I got to find out, you know, I got to figure out how to do it. Right. So.
Right. Yeah. Like, you don't have a choice anymore. It's not like you can just give up. So, and I mean, you're working, you know, you're a frontline worker, so you have a stressful job already. You're investing on the side. You guys are doing a burr. Was it a burr that you just finished up?
Yes. Still not finished yet. Still
yeah.
running some hoops, but yeah. Yeah. It was, we were
making it happen.
On a 5-plex.
A 5-plex. Yeah. That's pretty darn sweet.
Yeah.
So what else do you have going on? You have more stuff happening?
Yeah, we're still closing on the house in Costa Rica, or so that'll be a vacation home or a rental. We have a house in Newfoundland. So, and yeah, and because once we were ignited in that, we learned, because we went to Keyspire too, and you know, we thought, well, if we don't try, then we're never going to be able to, you know, we're never going to be able to say that at least we tried, right? So then through Keyspire, we met you guys. So that was even better. Yeah.
We're very lucky. We feel lucky to have met Keyspire too, even though we were partners with them for so many years. We feel lucky to have met them because we met so many great people, including them.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part about joint venturing? We'll leave it on this note just because it's time. It's unbelievable. But what's your favorite part about joint venturing, Sarah?
It's the circle of friends that you meet, like, you know, and the accountability. Like I said, I'll say that to cows come home, because yeah. So if you're accountable to somebody, something, then it's that much harder to give up. You know, you don't got that choice to give up. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for letting us interview you, even though you're on vacation. Enjoy your retreat.
Thank you.
And, keep rocking.
All right. Take care.
Bye. Removed myself. Hang on. Wrong way. Oh my goodness. There we go. So guys, boot camp is coming up this Saturday. I'm unabashedly saying you should join us. It's $37 until the end of tonight. Then it goes up to $67. So you should absolutely join us. You've seen that there's so much good that goes on in boot camp. You learn so much. So register. The ticker's got it on there. Before we go, though, we have to interview Melanie because we cannot go on. Mel is a crazy good example of how you can go from, you know, investing on your own and flipping on your own and doing all this stuff, but then we all hit that spot. Sometimes it's financial and sometimes it's a mental block or a personal obstacle that we just kind of lose our way. So Mel, and sorry, I gotta put us on the spot because you and me could talk forever, but what is your favorite part of joint venturing?
Like everyone has said, really the win-wins. For me, I was before I got introduced to boot camp, so boot camp, I'll just do like a really quick, and then, because I know we have to get off, but Boot camp literally changed my life. That was the moment in time for me that shifted everything. I didn't even know about JVs. I didn't know they existed. I don't know. I guess I lived under a rock. I just didn't know how people did what they did. I was busy flipping houses and was super unfulfilled. Actually had decided I was not doing real estate anymore. And I was actively looking for a job when I got introduced to your boot camp because I felt so unfulfilled. Like, I feel like I'm on this planet to make a difference in some way. And what I was doing in the real estate investing world was making no difference. It was just me doing my thing on my own. So joint venturing for me literally fulfills my, I feel like, life's purpose, that I'm here to make a difference. So I'm able to do that through real estate investing, offering people these amazing opportunities that they might not otherwise have because they're busy doing their thing. They're not wanting to become the experts. So
yeah. That's awesome. They either don't want to or can't, don't have the time or the ability or whatever it might be. So they need you. So speaking of needing you, what's going on with you this month? You're going insane.
So we're closing on 5 properties in New Brunswick in the next 4 weeks-ish. Plus I've got 2 properties coming up in Kelowna too that close the beginning of May. So I've got 7 properties closing in the next couple of months. Yeah, so like you had told me so many times, I was building relationships, connecting, networking, just really trying to figure out where in this world of joint venturing was I going to land, but just connecting. And then it's all come together with, and you mentioned sharing roles and dividing like where you're good and making those creative partnerships. So for me, a turning point too is I've partnered with Ryan and Ashley in New Brunswick as working partners because in BC I wasn't finding the cash flowing opportunities, so I couldn't expand and offer those great opportunities. So I've partnered with them on the working partner side. They do everything boots on the ground. I do everything with partners, building that relationship, which I love because I love people. And then I'm doing the same thing in Kelowna too. That is with another working partner. So we are sharing the working partner. They're doing the boots on the ground in Kelowna, and I'm building relationships with our partners and going to maintain that throughout. So when you take what you really love and what you're really good at, if you're not in a market where the numbers work easily, then there's just so many possibilities in it. So.
Yeah, that's the thing with joint venturing, right? The possibilities are absolutely endless. So has it changed your outcome for your own future, Mel?
Oh gosh, it has changed everything for me. I mean, I don't think I ever even, well, I didn't think I'd have a portfolio. Like it just didn't occur to me that I could do this and that I could, yeah, it just didn't occur to me. So I don't even have words for how much it's changed my life because I wasn't somebody who wanted all these doors but didn't know how and hit that roadblock. I was somebody who hadn't even looked for that. Like I had just been doing flips and, you know, got a couple properties on our own, but I just never dreamed that this is what I'd be doing.
And the best part is that you're doing it with the right intention and you're helping other people along the way and helping so many people along the way. So thank you for doing it how you're doing it. Thank you for being exactly who you are. We love having you with us too. And thanks for joining us tonight. Last minute, I know, and I'm sorry. And we do have to run to Laser now over in Ignited. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You can find Melanie on Facebook as well. You know, she does our Mind Power Mondays. She's all trained in NLP. So you guys can find her on Facebook. And I'm going to let you go. And then I'm going to wrap up here.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So I hope that you've been inspired today. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping you're seeing that you don't have to be stuck by your own circumstances, your own credit, your own money in the bank, how much you have, your own experience, your own anything. You don't have to be stuck. You can partner, and by partnering, we can do more together than we could ever do alone. So I hope we've inspired you. Join us for boot camp if you can on Saturday, and then Monday night is our wrap up for boot camp. Join us, and if not, stick around in Fearless. We'll see you in here. Stick around for our trainings. Put your questions in. We're always here to help, and all these people that you saw here today, all of them, they're all good humans and they're all willing to help. So put your questions in Fearless and these people will be chiming in. You'll see, they always are. So thanks guys and cheers. We'll see everyone for boot camp on Saturday and everyone else next Tuesday night. Oh, Corey's flying in here to do something. What? Okay. Cheers everyone.